What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into a game that had so much promise and yet it's going to get shut down in a couple of weeks time. And yes, I'm talking about XDefiant, Ubisoft free-to-play arena shooter that tried to blend iconic franchises into a one fast-paced experience. From its bold announcement to its sudden downfall, this is the story of XDefiant. So let's jump in and check out the game for the very last time. When XDefiant was announced back in 2021, it was Ubisoft's answer to the growing demand for competitive free-to-play shooters, and the concept is something we already familiar with, a Call of Duty style 6v6 arena first-person shooter that brought together factions from beloved Ubisoft franchises like The Division, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, Far Cry, and even Watch Dogs. It was developed by the Ubisoft San Francisco, led by the former Call of Duty veteran Mark Rubin. The promise was huge, the gunplay inspired from classic arcade shooters, deep customization and constant content updates. The hype was real, especially among the players who were tired of skill-based matchmaking, but unfortunately things quickly got rocky. The game went through several name changes and rebrands. The original punk rock aesthetic was completely torn down. Then came the delays. Originally set to release in 2022, XDefiant was pushed back multiple times due to technical issues, balancing concerns and back-end problems. And Ubisoft ran multiple beta tests and promised that players' feedback was taken seriously. The core idea remained exciting, yet people were kinda skeptical. Was this just another cash-in using familiar Ubisoft IPs? Then after months and months of waiting, XDefiant finally launched on May 21st, 2024, and surprisingly, the launch went extremely well for them. It hit over 3 million players within the first 48 hours and surpassed 11 million by June, which was absolutely crazy to think about with all the hurdles that they had to push through. I'm someone who jumped in day one and I had so much fun playing. It got a very solid gameplay, fast time to kill, snappy movement, faction ability that actually felt impactful, and most importantly, there was no skill-based matchmaking in casual lobbies. Generally, the game was really fun to play, and there was a lot of praise for being a throwback to a classic arcade shooters. A lot of streamers jumping aboard. For a moment, it actually felt like XDefiant could be the next big thing. But unfortunately, the honeymoon phase didn't last long. Updates were very slow. There was not a lot of content after season 1. There were tons of smaller bugs, server issues, especially when it comes to hit registration, and overall Ubisoft communication kind of dried up, and many players including myself felt that the game lacking that long-term vision. The general monetization was very clunky. There were so many weapon skins, character skins was available on shop, and they were well overpriced, and the progression was grindy without any strong rewarding system, especially when it comes to weapon level up system. After you unlock all the attachments, there was nothing much to do, like any camo grinds, any challenges you can complete. It was so boring. I remember after the pre-season, I have finished unlock all the attachments for pretty much all the weapons, and then came the season 1. I jumped into the game, complete the battle pass within like in 2 weeks. Then I never touched the game for the whole season because there was nothing much to do. And that is literally where all went wrong for XDefiant, because they haven't done anything to retain players. Without any new maps, new weapons or any meaningful seasonal event, players kind of drift away. And of course there was so much options on the market that was doing a way better job than XDefiant. The games like Fortnite, PUBG, Apex Legends, Valorant. These games are always pushing continuous update to keep the player base engaged. And by the late 2024, they announced the daily concurrent users for XDefiant dropped below 20,000, which was across all the platforms including PlayStation, Xbox and PC combined. Which is crazy to think about, because at June the game had 11 million players, and then 6 months later now it's below 20,000. Then few weeks later came the bombshell. On December 3rd, 2024, Ubisoft announced that XDefiant would be discontinued and there will be no new players, no future updates, and servers officially shutting down on 3rd of June 2025, which is basically in a couple of weeks time. And with that, refund were issued to some, but most players it felt like a sucker punch, especially after supporting the game for its very short lifespan, especially for someone like myself who spent more than 100 plus hours playing this. Along with the shutdown came massive layoffs across Ubisoft studios including San Francisco, and this wasn't just a game ending, it was pretty much a collapse of an entire internal project. It is really sad to see this impact what is currently going on right now with Ubisoft. So I finally decided to jump in and check out the game before it's going to shut down. And honestly, it still got some flashes of brilliance. The gunplay still pretty fun, movement feel great. I had some truly fun matches, but obviously right now maybe few hundred people playing, so getting to an online match is going to take a very long time. But other than that, pretty much everything in the store, all the weapon skins, cosmetic items are totally free to claim. I think there is also a battle pass which is also free. I mean, at the end of the day, it is completely pointless. And it is also very sad to see all the content that they plan for the season 3. They introduce a new faction which is based on the Assassin's Creed series. They also got some pretty cool outfits, bunch of Assassin's abilities like Eagle Vision, and also a few maps they add to the game inspired from the Assassin's Creed series, like you can run around with a gun in your hand in ancient Greece. They all seems pretty cool, but unfortunately there's nobody here to enjoy any of these content. So I would say, as someone who spent more than 100 plus hours in XDefiant, it is honestly not a bad game by any means. It just lacked the support and the vision to grow it to something bigger. You can still tell the developers put their heart into it, but industry move fast. In a crowded market, even the good games need some flawless execution to survive. Anyway guys, that's the whole story of XDefiant, the game that tried to be the ultimate crossover FPS but ultimately couldn't find its footing. If you ever got the chance to play it, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Share your honest opinion about the game and any memories that you have with it. And some of you still haven't played the game yet, but if you're lucky enough to add the game to your library, you can still download the game, play for the next couple of weeks before it's shutting down forever. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one. Stay safe.